Well, Liz and Brian, in the video, we hear the state's attorney discuss her alcohol consumption that night in her own words. You can also hear the prosecutor tell a VSP sergeant that the arrest could harm the relationship between police and her office.
Some of the things that I'm seeing is that you're slurring your words a little bit.
The January 2024 video shows Addison County State's Attorney Eva Vakos responding to the scene of a homicide. A trooper claiming he could smell alcohol on her breath asks her to do field sobriety tests, warning a no would mean an arrest, to which Vakos responds, "Are you serious?" She refuses to do the tests. The county's top prosecutor was soon after handcuffed and put in the back of a cruiser. She was then taken to the state police barracks in New Haven and placed into a holding cell before a sergeant who came up from Rutland began the processing. Vakos suggested he could use his discretion and said she didn't want her mugshot taken.
No photographs.
Okay.
My face is not going to go out in the paper.
That's again nothing that I'm going to decide. So, as far as discretion, we as a department don't take any discretion with DUI. So,
There wasn't any DUI. There
Okay.
was alcohol in the breath.
Okay.
And alleged slurred speech.
okay, yep.
So.
Which are enough indicators to request an evidentiary test, which you know as the state's attorney.
That's great. We've been working really hard with law enforcement to build a good relationship.
Okay.
And this is going to knock that really down. And really, my office is going to suffer now.
The prosecutor went on to say she was doing her job by going to the scene of a crime.
And I guess that's where maybe your discretion would have been better used.
In what way?
Well, if you knew you had a drink or two.
An hour ago. An hour
Okay.
ago.
So.
With a meal.
Okay. Then.
Doesn't make me inebriated. Doesn't make me impaired.
I'm not, based on my training experience, there's enough indicators.
Vakos told the sergeant she wouldn't answer questions or make statements and knew a 6-month license suspension would be coming. She wanted photos of her wrists where she had been cuffed and briefly sobbed while calling a friend for a ride home.
So I'm looking for someone to pick me up.
In a statement today to NBC5 News, the defense attorney for Eva Vakos said there is nothing in those lengthy recordings which indicates that the state's attorney was impaired that night. The defense attorney saying that the videos show her understandably upset, but totally in control of her mental and physical capacities. Now, the case of Eva Vakos is expected to go to trial this fall. Live in the newsroom, I'm Jack Thurston, NBC5 News.